Hey everyone, Alison Boychuk here. Welcome to another weekly broadcast of my Wednesday Whispers. I hope you're doing all fantastic tonight. Just going to wait a few minutes here for a few people to pop on. All right. I am heading off to Fisher Branch this weekend. Very excited about that. Going there to do private one-on-one 1 hour sessions on this Saturday and this Sunday. I believe there might be one spot left on Saturday left, I think, and the rest are gone. And a couple left on Sunday, I think, is how that is here coming up this weekend in Fisher Branch. So if you would like one of those sessions, um, definitely give us a shout and we will hook you up with that. All right. Good evening, everybody. Hi, Tiffany. Thank you for being here tonight. Stacy, Echo, good evening. Christine, hi. Andrea, hello. Melissa, hello, ladies. Lori, all your guys' dedication to seeing me almost every Wednesday night is so appreciated. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Val. Hi, Lynn. Thank you for being here as well. All right. Um, yes, so in this hour, I am going to be giving messages to you from your loved ones. If you believe that indeed I am connected with your loved one, you could please write me a comment as soon as you're feeling this way. All right. The sooner that comes in, the faster this will go, and the more people I can help. All right. So yes, if you feel that this is your loved one, if you could please write a comment. Okay. And if someone has already spoken for that loved one, but you feel that that could be your loved one as well, say something, please, please, because I will do my best to work it out. It's very important that it goes to the right person. Okay. Um, Hi, Kelly. Thank you for being here. Joni, hello. Hi, Mom. Um, Hey, Mel. Thank you for being here. Hi, Val. All right, everybody. I have enough people to get rolling on tonight's Wednesday Whispers. All right, I'm just going to take a few seconds here and I will get rolling. All right. The very first loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have this very, very beautiful, beautiful spirit here. I have this wonderful older lady. Okay. Hmm. This lady very much shows me her personality. I can see a little bit what she looks like. But as first of all, I want to start off real quick by saying how kind she is. What a lovely person. When she was here, she was just so, you know, everybody mattered to her type of lady. When you spoke, she listened. Okay, she very much comes across to me like very much loved her children, very much loved her grandchildren. Okay. Um, she also shows me I'm feeling a farm wife type background to her. All right. I very much can feel that about her. Okay. Um, hmm. She very much shows me her hard work ethic and a small town living. But like I said, I believe she lived on a farm, um, close to a small town. Is how she's portraying herself. Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay. Um, Hi, Austin. Thank you for being here. Hello, Lorna. Thank you. Thank you, Norma and Nicole. Hi, Lorna. Glenn. Hello, hello. All right. So as I was saying, this wonderful, wonderful older lady. Um, hmm, I just asked her, how long has she been gone? And uh, she chose to show me. She passed. She looks 80, in her 80s, and I think she just wrote me 83 in particular. Okay. Um, She shows me her curly, shorter hair. Okay. Um, she shows me her physical appearance. She's a little bit on the bigger side. Okay. And she just told me that that's because she loved to bake, and then because she loved to bake, she would eat it. Okay. This again, this absolutely wonderful lady. Um, hmm. She shows me very much so that this um, older home. Okay. I can see the inside. She's showing me that it's not a tiny house, but it's definitely a smaller home. Um, and all of a sudden, she just drew my eyes to like there being a square in the floor that you could lift up, and then you could go into the crawl space or cellar or whatever the case may be. She just showed that to me. Okay, there's a square in the floor. Okay. Um, she lets me know that definitely not a lot of not a ton of money here, but so much love. Okay. And really interesting, she really drew my eyes to her curtains for some reason just now. I think she made her own is what she's getting at, maybe. Okay. um, this wonderful lady has just let me know that she is very much with her husband, and together they are resting very peacefully, and they are indeed in absolute beautiful eternal life. Okay. um, she has so many loved ones here, missing her. Oh wow. Hmm. But she just showed me her watch, showing me that it was just her time to go. Okay. Again, it looks like she was in her 80s. I've asked her how come she passed, and I'm not 100% sure, other than she just showed me a bunch of medications, prescription medications. Okay. Mm. And it's like it was maybe a couple of different things. It wasn't exactly an easy answer of why she passed. Okay. Um, right now, and she shows me how her passing was, if I can use the words, quite peaceful. Okay, there wasn't a ton of suffering. Okay, is how she's making me feel. Like only just kind of the matter of the last day type of thing. She was discomforted, is how she's making me feel to say. All right. Um, yes. And all of a sudden, I don't know if this is going to mean something to someone, but she showed me scuffle cookies. Um, Either you really liked them or she really enjoyed making them, one or the other. Okay, definitely some scuffles. This wonderful lady. Um, mm, it's really interesting. She just showed me right now watching over a little boy here. She wants me to talk about that. There's a little boy here that she's watching over. Okay. Hmm. He's in very important to her, and she just wants me to make that connection, make that very clear. That she writes me the letter B, right? And she's talking about this little boy that she is definitely watching over. This is either a grandson or a great grandson, one of the two. Okay? She writes again. She just continuously. She's writing me the letter B. She's writing me the letter B. All right, but just know that this wonderful woman is doing very well. Okay, um, and she has so much love in her heart for absolutely everybody. Okay? Her family, her friends, and she just comes here tonight with a very warm heart. All right. So yes, absolutely. Okay. Okay. The next loved one that I would love to bring forward is as my viewers who watch me often know that this doesn't happen very often, but I definitely need to bring forward this beautiful dog. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hmm. This beautiful dog. Um, Here's what I have to say about her. Okay. Um, she has it looks like two different tones of brown to her. Okay. She's about a medium-sized dog at best. Okay. Um, they, um, this beautiful dog. She has the most beautiful, sweet brown eyes. Okay. Um, Putting her down was, it's like it was absolutely heartbreaking. Putting her down or at the time of her passing, one of the two. She shows me that she was cremated, and it really interesting right now. She just showed me running around, and that she enjoyed her life, a lot of her life, running around with another dog. Okay, there's two dogs here. Um, she shows that to me. Okay, she's trying very hard to express herself about how wonderful her life was. The last little bit of her life, she definitely had problems, health issues. Oh my goodness. But there was nothing that you wouldn't do to try and help her. And she just shows me like a surgery. Now, I don't know if you'd had one or not. Um, oh, Jamie, Lily. Okay, Jamie. Okay. I will keep on rolling, and you let me know. Okay. Again, she shows me how there was nothing that you wouldn't have done for her. There was numerous little bit of health issues at the end of her life, and you would have done absolutely anything to keep her living longer. And it's really interesting. She wants me to talk about you having some type of guilt about her. I don't know what that is. Something about a surgery. I hope this is making sense, Jamie. Um, uh, mm, what does she mean? That maybe if you would have done some type of surgery, that maybe she would have lived longer, something like that. Okay. Um, she shows me how at the end of her life, oh, how sad her eyes looked, and you knew that definitely her time was coming. Okay. Um, But with all that said, Jamie, I need to let you know how she shows me that she is so happy now, and she is living her absolute best life. Okay. Um, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, Jamie. She's showing me some type of toy with a tennis ball. It's this thing so you can throw it farther or something like that. She's showing that to me. And really interesting, all of a sudden, as I said that, though, she showed me deer, and I don't know what that's about. But she just showed me some deer. I don't know if that's a special memory for you with her or what that is, but she definitely just showed me a deer, and it's like, I don't know, in a backyard or something like that. Okay, she showing me some deer. Okay, but again, I just need to quickly say that she had the best life. You gave her the best life. Okay, um, and she shows me how much you think of her still. You think of her almost every day. Aw. Um, she was like a kid to you. She shows me. Um, she was like your child, and you did absolutely everything you could to give her the best life for the time that she was here. Okay. Um, I'm not sure what this is, but she wrote me the number 11. I don't know. I just need to tell you that, Jamie, before I move on. Something about the number 11. Okay. Um, she wants me to say to you something about um, I need to talk about a small little dog, getting a small little dog. So I don't know if that's something you have been thinking about or something you've just done, one of the two. And I just need to say, what is that? Oh, I can see it so clearly. Um, maybe like uh, hmm, it's a short, it's a tiny little dog, and it's very dark, almost black in color. Okay. Um, so yes, Lily is showing that to me. You getting another puppy, something like that. Okay, like a British bulldog or something like that. Um, just really, really, really cute, cute. Um, but anyways, so just know indeed that Lily is doing very well, very, very well in her paradise, and she thanks you for the time that you had with her. All right, so thank you so much, Jamie. One thing I do want to quickly mention before I carry on is I have a very, very wonderful brother, and his name is Kevin. And 2 days ago, on Monday, was the anniversary of his passing. It has been 12 years, and I meant to mention it earlier, but I wanted to wait till there was more viewers on before I said it. That tonight, I definitely want to dedicate tonight's Wednesday Whispers to my absolutely wonderful brother, Kevin. Actually, without even realizing that, Kevin is in the picture behind me. Okay? He is sitting on that desk behind me. That is my brother. And it has, again, it has been 12 years that he's been gone. He passed away very, very suddenly at the age of 36. And I miss him absolutely every day. And for all of you or any of you who knew my brother Kevin know exactly what I'm talking about, that he is very, very, very much missed by many. So I just definitely, definitely wanted to dedicate tonight's Wednesday Whispers to my beautiful, beautiful brother. All right. Thank you for me taking that quick moment to say that. All right. All right. You're very welcome, Jamie. Okay. All right. The very next loved one that I would love to bring forward for you all. Okay. I have an older male here. Hmm. He did not, unfortunately, live an incredibly. Um, oh, thanks, Mom. Um, this male definitely did not, unfortunately, live a long, long life. Okay? What do I mean by that? It looks to me like he passed in his late 50s, maybe early 60s, somewhere in there. And see if he'll maybe give me an exact number. He hasn't yet. Okay. Um, he is of average height. Okay. Um, what do I mean by that for a male? I just see like maybe 5'8", 5'9", maybe. Um, Average height, not definitely not tall. Okay. He shows me that he is a little bit of a bigger man. Okay? Not really big, but a little bit of a bigger man. Okay. Um, it's interesting. He shows me his personality, and I want to talk about how he was a bit of a quieter man. Till he got to know you, kind of person. Um, he wouldn't, in a crowd of strangers, he would definitely kind of keep to himself. But once he got to know you, it's kind of like the talking never stopped. But other than that, like I just need to say, kind of a private person. All right. Um, Interesting. When I ask him, give me something specific, and he shows me that he was divorced. Okay? Um, he shows me he was divorced from the mother of his children. Okay. And then he, interestingly, before his passing, he shows me, I think, being in a relationship with someone else. Now, I do not know if they technically got married or not. He's not showing me that, so I don't want to speculate and just assume. Okay, but he definitely shows me that him and the mother of his children are were divorced prior to his passing. Okay, um, interesting. The next thing for whatever reason he just shows choosing to show me um, a smaller, well, I shouldn't say a smaller car, but an average sized car. Okay. Leanne, did he just pass a few months ago? Okay. Um, I'm not sure, Leanne, so I'm not just going to jump to it and say yes because I don't know. Um, when I read your message, Leanne, what I can tell you is he wrote me the number 3. I don't know if that helps you, Eddie. Okay, but he did not give me a real confirmation of yes, absolutely. Okay, and Janelle could be my uncle Sil. Okay, all right. Both you ladies, I'm going to keep on rolling, and you let me know. Okay. Um, when I asked him how did he pass, okay, um, I asked him how did he pass, and it just seems very unexpected. I'm not saying it was an accident, but what at all. I don't think it was. He just shows me that his passing of his sickness or whatever, it took him fast. This was fast. Okay. Um, hmm. He lets me know. How did he pass? Okay. Okay. Um, he shows me there was it was heart stopped. Okay, that's exactly what happened. Okay, so either he had a heart attack. Um, it really seems like yes, there we go. He drew me a heart, something heart related. Okay, Leanne and Janelle. I hope that makes sense for one of you. Okay, it took me a minute to get there, but he did. He drew me a heart. So there was definitely some type of heart problems here. Okay, is how he passed. Um, Leanne, my brother passed at home, sitting up. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting, Leanne. Okay. Can I ask you, Leanne? If I earlier I said the number 3 when I read your message, does number 3 mean anything? Oh, and Janelle says, yeah, I think it's my uncle. All right. Um, I need to talk about smoking because when I asked her to give me something unique, and that's just something he chosen to show me. Okay, he shows me that he smoked. Okay, he shows me enjoying a cold beer. Now I'm not saying anything about anything. I'm not saying there was an issue here with his drinking or anything like that. But he just chose me to show me that tonight's a lovely occasion because he is talking to a loved one, and he's celebrating that by having a cold beer. Okay. Um, uh, he vaped for a bit, Leanne says. All right. All right. Okay. And Janelle, I think he passed on the 3rd. Okay. And yes, he smoked. Okay. And I just want to say, like, the smoking, it seemed more like smoking than vaping. Absolutely. I need just to make that clear. Okay. Um, So I just want to say, Janelle, this does definitely sounds like this could be your uncle Sil. But I just want to ask one more question. Um, um, I need to talk about if you can recall, because he shows me what looked like a red car, red vehicle. Okay. Um, it's either you had it or he had it. He's bringing up a red car. Okay. It looks more like on the smaller side. Okay. He brings that up as well. Okay. But Janelle, I definitely just want you to know, you know, I was just watching him for a split for a couple of seconds here, and it's really beautiful that I need to talk to you about how his personality is, and he's just so like he comes across so soft and kind and tender. He's just patient. That's another name that comes to mind as I'm feeling his personality. Would have taken a lot for this man to start yelling, type of thing. It just really wasn't in him. Um, and I don't know why. Just all of a sudden, I could see some cattle. I don't know what that's all about, Janelle. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm glad that the red. I think you're talking about the red car. I'm glad that's making sense to you. But so just know that again, I see the cattle, and now he showed me some fishing, and um, oh no way, your sister has it now. No way, no way. That's awesome. Okay, um, you know he knows that, and I think really, Janelle, that's all there really is to it. That he brings that up. Um, he knows he's around, and he's proving that to you guys. He's watching over you guys, and he knows indeed that your sister has his car, and that's why he brings that up. It's really just that simple. Okay. And he just smiled at me. He's glad that she has it. Okay. That made him happy. It's in good hands. She'll take care of it the best that she can. And it's really interesting. He just wrote me appreciative, like she's appreciative of that. Okay. So just know that. Yeah, absolutely. He is so yeah, I don't know what that was. You wrote cattle question mark. I don't know. All of a sudden he showed me some cattle for some reason. If it doesn't make any sense right now, I just ask you to keep that in mind. Okay? It might mean something to you later. Okay? I don't know. All of a sudden he was showing me some calves in particular. They were brown. I just want to say that. And then he moved on to fishing. Okay? Um, hmm, okay. That's perfect, Chanel. That's perfect. That makes him very, very happy. All right. Um, he wants me to let you know that he loves you. Okay? He loves all of you. Hmm. All right. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to connect with your wonderful uncle tonight, Janelle. Thank you so much. All right. The next loved one that I'd love to bring forward is I have another male here. Lots of males tonight for some reason. I have this wonderful male here tonight. He lets me know that he passed. He's showing me he passed in his later 60s. Okay. Um, this man, um, did he find Joey? Okay. Um, Janelle, I'm sorry. I don't know. No, that doesn't mean that he didn't. Okay. I just want to make that very, very clear to you. All right. I'm not sure. Okay. As I was saying, that this other male. I want to talk about how his voice seems to be a little bit loud. I can hear like he's talking to me, and it just kind of his nature to like if he got excited or telling a story or that something's gonna be funny or I don't know. He's just showing that to me. Okay, definitely his voice is just seems a little bit it's just a little bit louder. Okay, um, I feel I feel very much. This was a tall man. Okay, he was 6 feet tall, at least. Okay. Um, he has I can see his broader shoulders to him. He lets me know that he is no longer here because of cancer, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Okay. I want to talk about how he shows me that I don't think he had it for very long, and then he passed away. Like just a matter of some months, it feels like. Okay. He very much shows me that he has left, his lovely, lovely wife for now. Okay, he's gone up into eternal life, and she remains here. Okay, his absolutely loving, loving wife. And it's interesting. He shows me right now. He just showed me how tall he is. He's this big man, and she's just this tiny little thing. Okay, she's thin, she's short, she's just this tiny little thing. And one day she will join him, and he can't wait for that to happen. And until then, he is just watching over everybody. And as soon as I said that, as he's waiting for his wife, he shows me that he's really really busy. Okay, Jen says that's my dad. Aw, okay, Jen. I'm gonna keep on rolling. All right. Um, and I just want to talk about when I read your name. Um, Sometimes, when a connection gets made, as I talk about this lots, and as soon as the right connection gets made, that's when things really start rolling for me. And I just want to say to you that as soon as I seen your name, I could smell, I don't know, some type of cologne. Now, I'm not saying that he wore cologne all the time. What I'm saying to you is if you smelt his cologne, you'd know it. Okay. Whether that be, Old Spice, maybe something like that. Okay, um, brute. I'm not sure. Okay, but all of a sudden, like I said, when I read your name, I could cologne. Okay, I just can't quite figure out the scent this time. He shows that to me that if you smelt it, you'd remember that that's what. Yeah, he always wore it absolutely, and that's why I could smell that as soon as you messaged me because he knew that you'd get that. Okay, Jen, it's absolutely beautiful when they're able to do that. Okay. Um, I want to talk about how, your dad, as I spoke about him earlier, about his personality, that he can get kind of loud sometimes and that kind of thing when he would get excited or upset or whatever the case may be. But I want to talk about how, I know it's a little bit contradicting, but he also comes across as very gentle and kind at the same time. Okay, and what I mean by that is, when his children, or someone that he true loved very much had a problem, he was all in and he was there to listen and to try and help. And that's what I mean by that, coming across very much as just very very gentle and kind. Had his was always listening. You could always talk to him and because he would listen. Okay. He wants me to tell you tonight to keep talking to him because he's listening. Okay. Um, I need to talk about, interestingly, he just very fast showed me two holidays. First, he showed me Christmas. I do not know how long he's been gone. He writes me the number 4. I don't know what that means, but he did. But I just want to tell you that he shows me Christmas. He wants me to talk to you about Christmas. I know Christmas is a huge holiday for many, and that is when people unfortunately, it just goes with the beautiful holiday that they miss their loved ones because they wish their loved ones were here to celebrate them with them. All right. And Jen, your dad wants me to talk about Christmas, and he wants me something about me saying to you to could carry on and enjoy the holidays like you would if he was here. Okay, I need to say that to you. He makes that extremely clear. Um, there's things that you would that you would normally do because Christmas is coming, and he's talking about you not really wanting to do them because he's not here, and he wants you to don't think like that because he's very much there with you. Okay, very very much so. Um, I don't know, Jen. He shows me two children. I don't know if those are yours or what who he is getting at here. He shows me two children. Okay. Um, hmm. A few minutes ago, I talked very briefly about two holidays, and I spoke about Christmas. And then I know it's coming up here right away. He talks about Halloween. And he gave me the feeling that you or someone here absolutely loves the holiday Halloween. Okay? He's just bringing that up. He wants me to let you know that he is very much with you at all times. Keep talking to him. I often talk about um, he did. Oh, he loved Halloween. Okay, absolutely. That's why he was showing the holiday to me. Perfect. Um, he wants me to talk to you very quickly before I move on about, um, I often talk about dimes and how, loved ones leave you dimes. And I'm not saying that your dad has never left you any dimes, but what I need to tell you um, is how he shows me that he has left you a feather from time to time. Okay. Um, so you just need to know that. I'm just bringing that to your attention. He is trying to show you through, leaving this beautiful feather that you'll look down and it'll just happen to be by your foot or something like that. And you kind of wonder, how did that get there? Um, he has just shown that to me to say to you, Jen, that that's his way of showing you that he's with you. Okay. Um, he shows me how close the two of you were. Okay. And interestingly, he just showed me right now. I hope it's okay to say that. But like more in just the last, you know, whatever, the last years of his life is when you guys got along the best, is how he shows it. Like, I have no idea how old you are, but he just showed me that you as an adult, that you matured and things happened and you guys had a much better relationship than in your younger years. That's just how he's presenting it. Okay. And you guys were very, very close. Okay. Um, prior to his passing. Okay. Um, and so just know that he is smiling from ear to ear and all of his pains and his sufferings are gone. Okay. Do not be sad for him because he is in an absolute beautiful, beautiful eternal life. His heaven is absolutely beautiful. Okay. And until you see him again, which is much later from now, he will continue to watch over you guys. All right, Jen. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to connect with your wonderful dad tonight. Okay. The next loved one that I would love to bring forward. Oh, children are that's something that it's tough. Um, when children are taken, excuse me just for 1 second. Thank you. When children are taken so young, that must be so heartbreaking for parents, for their loved ones, you know. But I want to make it so clear. I've been shown this so many times that when children go to heaven, they have such a special place there. They are treated even you wouldn't think it's possible, but they're treated even better. They're just, it's like they're royalty. Children are so special. I try to explain it like they get special wings. Okay, it's just the easiest way I can explain that. Um, Children, it really really is. It's so beautiful. Um, what I have seen, what happens to precious children who pass far, 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 far too young. All right. And I just needed to quickly bring that up as I can see this young man who is standing here trying to connect with someone. This is a young boy. Okay. Um, I'm not 100% sure how old he is yet. I'm just not. Um, but what I can tell you, I'm just going to talk about what I can say about him. I want to say that, first of all, this boy had a lot of energy. But, his energy was often, I want to talk about how it was kind of put to good use. So, what do I mean by that is he was really good at making people laugh. He was kind of a little bit of a jokester in a way. Um, just not sure how old he is. Um, I just want to say he looks like he's about, I don't know, 10-ish, somewhere in there, 10 to 12, um, 10, somewhere in there. I'm not sure, but I do want to talk about his physical features as I can see them. He's just not letting me know how. Oh no, I think he was younger than that. I'm sorry, I do. I think he was younger than that. I think, because I just want to talk about, he wrote me the number 8 as I'm trying to figure out his age. He wrote me the number 8. Now, either he was 8 years old or he passed on the 8th. Um, uh, June, July, August. I think that's the month. August is the 8th month. Um, Thank you, Tyson. He's shaking his head yes at me that's right. So the month of August or the 8th day. Something about that. He writes me very clearly the number 8. All right. This kid, he was so full of life. His passing was so unexpected. This was an absolute tragedy. Okay. And I know, obviously, children passing would be, but this was he was here and then he was gone. Okay, um, it was some type of accident. Okay, um, all I can say for sure, he shows me. He's outdoors. He's showing me a road. Um, hmm, okay. Um, Unfortunately, well, he shows me how the ambulance were there and the police were there and everybody was there, and but unfortunately it was too late. Yeah. He lets me know that there isn't a day goes by that his mom doesn't think of him, and there has been a million tears, as I can only imagine the grief of losing your precious boy. Okay. Um, and I want to talk about right now. Um, Janet lost my son when he was 8. Oh, okay, Janet. All right, could be. I'll keep on rolling, and you let me know. I was just about to say, he shows me how much he had the kind of, like, the expression need for speed. Everything, he loved to do everything fast. Okay. He jokingly shows me he even liked to get through his schoolwork fast. Like, everything was fast for this child. Okay. Um, and and Janet, I just want to tell you how, as I continue to connect with with your beautiful son, um, as I said earlier, like, was he 10? Was he 12? And now we accomplished he was 8. But I want to say though, because I said, he feels older than that. He must have had, a bit of an older personality, an older spirit to him. I really do feel that. A little bit more grown up. He was very hyper. Absolutely. I did everything fast, as I said. Absolutely. Hyper is a very good word. You betcha. Okay? Um, but having said that, would never wanted to hurt anybody. He'd be the first one to say he's sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to hurt you. Just a really kind kid. You know. Again, I don't know what this is. All of a sudden, I need to tell you, Janet. He's showing me these great big monster trucks. Okay. Um, And Chrissy says this could be my Nick. His birthday was December the 8th. Okay. Um, okay, Janet and Chrissy, I will keep on rolling here. Um, again, the monster truck, something about monster trucks. I feel like he loved monster trucks. Or he went to an event of monster trucks and loved that, or something like that. Um, when I asked him, give me something about yourself. All right. Um, I need to talk about how he shows me having a sister. Eh? I don't know. I feel really much so that yes, that's what he's trying to show me. Yeah. He shows me the love of like of a sister here. Yep. Okay. Um, this I need to tell you, as I talked about him being hyper and all this kind of things. He wants me to talk about that, as his mom. I'm not sure Janet or Chrissy who this one's for yet, but I just want to say, um, he brings up this memory that it's like you joked or you talked about that you could never get the knees of his jeans clean, or of his pants, um, because he was so busy. Okay. Um, He shows that to me. I just needed to say that. Okay. Um, hmm. This wonderful kid. Again, that this his passing. Oh. Janet. He's got 3 sisters, but only one is younger. Okay. Okay. Um, again, as I asked for something very specific, he shows me this great big, the old steel gray grain bin, the round grain bin. Okay. He shows that to me, and I don't know if that was anywhere near his accident, or I don't know. Okay. But he shows me there's something about a grain bin. I can see it. Okay. He's making that really clear. Okay. Um, a typical boy. Um, something about loving to catch at first I was gonna say frogs, but I think actually it was grasshoppers. I don't know. I don't know. Something like that. But anyways, this wonderful child, as I spoke earlier, his wings are so beautiful. Okay? And that's just my way of trying to explain how beautiful it is in heaven for them. And this boy, um, he shows me that he is with an older male. Okay? He just showed that to me right now. That's why I said it. He is with this older male. He wants me to make that very clear. Okay. Interestingly, and I think he's showing me um, that this older male joined him, though. Okay, I need to make that clear. Okay, this if you kind of feel like a grandfather, Um, that's the connection I'm kind of feeling here about that, and that this grandfather type man joined him in heaven, and they have been spending a lot of time together ever since. Okay? Um, they love to joke together. Um, And interestingly, like I often see fishing and stuff like that as I would, in this situation, I want to say he shows me golfing. As I talked about being with this man of I think it's 2 generations older than him, so it'd be like his grandfather or great uncle, one of the two. Um, yeah, absolutely, and you know, I was just listening to him. It's okay. It is okay. Grandpa passed a couple years ago. All right, Janet. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And you know what, Janet? As soon as I read that, as I was reading your message, I want to say that I could see your grandpa's face, and I want to talk about his glasses. And he had such a big grin of a smile, and that you'll know what I mean by that. Okay. And I just want to talk about I can see his glasses. Okay. Um, as you know, oh, and Chrissy, his uncle passed after him, and he liked to golf. Oh, no way, no way. Okay, okay. Again, um, yeah. Mm, yeah. It's very important to me to know exactly who this is for. So, I have to just keep on rolling and ask you something that's very, very specific. That one of you say yes, and the other of you say no. Okay, because it just can't be for both of you. As much as I wish it was, I would love to do that, but that's not possible. So I have to do my best to figure out exactly whose child this is. Okay. He wants me to talk about himself wearing what looks like a red sports shirt. It almost looks kind of like a short sleeve jersey looking shirt. Okay, if that helps, that's exactly something when I asked for specifics. Okay. Um, it's it's red short sleeve, and it's a material kind of like a jersey. Okay. He shows that to me, and he wants me to talk about something about if only he was wearing a. He brings up a helmet head. So it feels like he's trying to say if I was wearing a helmet, maybe things would have been different. I don't know. He's showing me a helmet. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Chrissy, that's Nick. Okay. Okay. Um, I'm thinking, about the red jersey that must have really, brought that to you. Okay. Aw. Mhm. Right. I'm asking him, you know, is there anything in this last couple of minutes that I can spend on this? I'm asking your son, is there, if there's something he wants to say to his beautiful mother. And he tells me that all he could say is that he loves you so much. His short life was such a busy, good life. It was really interesting. This, as I said, busy. He showed me hockey equipment. So I don't know if he played or what he means by that. Hey, his brothers played football with Reg. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Again, he shows me something about hockey equipment is what he was showing me. But just know again that he and he says, "Mom, I get to eat all the ice cream I want." And he shows me and he says, and the pepperoni pizza is really good here too. Okay. It's absolutely, as sad as it is, I can only imagine your grief, Chrissy, but just know that he is at complete peace. He is so content and he is so okay. All right. Yes, you can feel that, his life was taken so abruptly, so quickly, like he was robbed, but he doesn't feel that way. Okay? They played yard hockey all year round. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Absolutely. Absolutely, Chrissy. Okay. So just know that your beautiful boy is watching over you guys. He's around. Okay. I know I'd say this lots, but just talk to him because they're listening. Okay? They're listening. Okay? So thank you so much, Chrissy, for giving me the opportunity to connect with your beautiful boy tonight. All right. And I want to thank all of you tonight for tuning into my broadcast. It was a fantastic Wednesday Whispers. I hope to see you all again next week. Again, I will be in Fisher Branch this upcoming weekend, this Saturday and Sunday. There's a couple of spots left. If any of you would like one of those private one-on-one sessions with me in Fisher Branch, okay. Um, you are most welcome, Chrissy. And again, thank you all so much for spending your time with me tonight. I hope you all have a